turned up, it'll make every bit of probably 2,000 wheels.
Yo, what up YouTube? Welcome back to another Dark Side Performance video. Today we will be installing c02 on La Bisca. What it do? Alright, so I've been meaning or needing to do this kind of for a while. I feel like it's going to help me a lot with power management and being able to add boosts in different areas. Right now the way I'm doing it, I just don't really always know how much boost I'm putting where. I just have the I just have it on a 3-port Mac and that's it. So I run it off of hertz and I change the hertz and then that changes the boost, but I never know how many hertz is how much boost or none of that. So I really want to change that up and get it on c02. I got a kit from Motion Raceworks. It has the bottle and the lines and all the fittings and everything. Now another thing is I want to clean up some of the wiring a little bit. Clean up the harness so it don't look so ugly under the hood, and I also want to clean up like all my vacuum lines. It's all just a bunch of junk, to be honest. Like if you guys look at this, my Mac valve is just sitting right there, like it's not mounted anywhere. You know, I have vacuum lines that I had in the truck at one point and then I took them off, but I didn't actually take them off. I just plugged them up with like a bolt or something. Last time I had some issues with this map sensor. I found one back there that literally went to nothing, so I don't know what that's about. Really, the issues that I'm having with this truck are kind of because when I was building it, I didn't really, I guess, consider a lot of things, and I kind of just did it quick. And I did a lot of for now things. Oh, we'll just do this for now. It'll be good, and then we'll fix it later. And it's not fixed till this day. There's a bunch of stuff like that on this truck, which is kind of causing me issues, you know, as I start to get a little bit faster, and it just, you know, I run into things like this where now I have to redo it all. So if you're building a car, or if you're gonna do like your first build, or you're already on a build, don't be a for now person, because it's not worth it. Just do it right the first time and it's gonna be a lot better in the end, because you do for now, because that's how I used to be. Like, yeah, I'll just do this shit for now, it'll be all right. And then everybody's like, yeah, we'll just fix it later or whatever, and it works for a while and it never gets fixed, and it really is just kind of a junk job. And at the end of the day, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull off the manifold. I'm probably gonna relocate the vacuum block. It's under the manifold right now, and I'm gonna get rid of all of this vacuum line right here. I'm gonna do the stuff that Motion Raceworks sells. It's I don't know exactly what it's made of, but it's supposed to be really good with heat. It has really nice push lock fittings, none of this T and zip tied bullshit anymore. I just want to really clean this up a little bit so the setup, it'll look nicer and it's gonna work better. And we're gonna have a much better boost control instead of just this Mac port where we can only make, you know, double the boost. So we're making about 20 pounds right now. Not only that, but it's not you know, I can't control it like how I would like to be able to control it. Alright, so let me show you some of this junk. I have this vacuum port down here. So I didn't want to take the manifold off to fix it, so I did that stupidity right there. I just like, literally I lit this up with a lighter, got it hot and squeezed it together. This down here, 2 of these were not, and none of these were actually being used, I don't think, anymore. Yeah, actually just the one for my wastegates was down here, and I don't know if either both of these or just open to nothing. So this one, let me get a light. So this one and this one were going to nothing. So I've just been leaking boost out of here for the whole life of the truck. That's why you don't do for now things. Boom. So now the intake's off, and I'm going to work on cleaning up my vacuum lines as well as plumbing this c02 kit. So what I have to do next, I have to pull the turbos off and drill and tap a 1/8 inch pipe. Drill and tap a 1-inch eighth pipe. What? I don't know how to say it, but you guys understand. I have to drill into it, put a tap through it. That's 1/8, and then our fitting can go into it. Now, but if you ain't got some Milwaukee shit going, you slacking. This thing's a damn killer. Oh, check out that color set. Who got that color set? Comment down below if you got this Harbor Freight color set right here. Sorry it's so loud in here. I got the heater going. Almost forgot. I'm gonna mark my turbos where I'm gonna put this fitting at, according to where my coupler ends up and all that type of stuff. That way I'm not guessing once it's out. I almost forgot to do it, but I haven't taken the coupler off, so I can still do it just now. I'm gonna go mark both. So y'all watch me pull one turbo out. You guys didn't need to watch me pull the second one out. But man, these are my turbos on 3s. Check this out. Been going strong as beep for almost 2 years now, I think. Absolutely no shaft play, like at all. Literally none, guys. Another big thing is take care of your turbos. You know, part of me doing vlogs, I don't know everything. I still have a ton to learn, but I feel over the time and over the course that I've been doing this, I've learned a ton. And thanks to my boy David for that colorful socket kit that was clutch for my birthday, and a few other tools. Shit was dope. But he was one of the guys that told me, hey, take care of your turbos, make sure you oil them properly, and make sure they drain properly. If your turbo isn't draining properly, you're gonna have a smoking turbo. Might actually smoke, I don't know, man. I should shut up, huh? But yeah, part of why I want to do these vlogs is to pass on what I know and start to learn, you know, constructive criticism. You guys see something I'm doing wrong, let me know. Something you do different, let me know. Anyways, now I'm gonna pull these housings off of the turbos and drill and tap our 1/8 inch fitting. And it looks like these have a little spot right here for it. So I may just use these two right here. I'm gonna pull the housing off, see how that looks on the other end, and then we will go from there. So now that our housings are off, I'm gonna head to O'Reilly's and buy a tap for them. I'll drill them, tap them, put it all back together, and start plumbing this up. And we're back from a little trip to O'Reilly's. We got our 1/8 inch, let's see if that'll focus, 1/8 inch NPT tap right here. And the drill bit to go with it, 21/64. God damn, that's some precision. Alright, let's drill this. Honestly, these look a little big, but worst case scenario, I can weld that shit close if I fuck it up. Couldn't find my regular drill, so construction drill for the win. I already made a big ass mistake. I drilled it right there by that little lip. Hopefully I don't screw this up completely. Let me see if we're not completely off. This honestly feels way too big. Oh no, I think it's gonna work. I don't have any like legit oil, but you know, I'm just gonna use a little bit of WD-40. Ease up the paint a little bit, you know. You don't be doing this stuff dry. Come on, guys. Let's get her started. So now it's getting a little tighter. Traditionally, from what I know, is you go one full turn and then back out a half and then another full and then half. Full, half, full, half. Slowly back it up. Back it up. Okay. Let's see if this bit screw right in. Ooh. Yeah. So we can tighten her up. This swivels a little bit. Let's see what size this is. Man, I really hope this doesn't leak. I don't think it should. It's got a nice little O-ring on it, so I think we should be solid. Damn it. Guys, I think I fucked this up. Motherfucker. Doesn't feel right. Yeah, you'll see that? Some got stripped for sure. Son of a gun. I don't know if I stripped these or what happened, to be honest with you. I may have gone too far. I'm actually going to drill another one a little further up. I have to figure out how to plug that sucker. Like I said, I'm just gonna have to end up welding it shut probably, which is annoying. So I completely ruined my first shot at this. Let me zoom y'all in. Oh, I'm just gonna try it again and see what happens. I don't know if it's because it's on this little lump right here, or you know, I'm not gonna run the tap all the way through this time. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Actually gonna not keep going with that because it's crooked as hell. So, you know, we don't want to screw this up 2 times. Damn. Fuck. Okay, so abort mission here, and I'm gonna put it right up here. Boom, dead center. I can drill straight down, so we don't have like this curve in it. Let's see if it works. Clean up the outside a little bit. Pray a little bit. Oh God, this feels so much better already. There we go. Okay. I got my hopes back. If you're doing it this way, guys, don't tighten too much, because then I think the same thing will happen. Like I said, aluminum is real soft, so it's really easy to just rip the damn threads out. Welcome to day 69 of this vlog. Okay, guys, I got these turbos all put back together. We got our fittings on. Yes, sir. I threw some nice old boogers on that sucker, on this hole that you guys remember I screwed this up, and then this one wasn't a complete hole, but I filled it up anyways. I don't really feel like grinding them. I cleaned up the turbos though somewhat. They look pretty good. Yeah, that light, son. That light, son. So I'm gonna put these back on, and then we'll get into plumbing the c02 as well as wiring your solenoids into the Terminator X. Let's get it. But when you get your wastegate, this thing will slip and slide in and out real easy. Do not forget to put your firing in. I have personally never done it, but if you talk to anybody that does any amount of work on a dyno, they're going to tell you. I've had so many people come in without a firing. You get there, the damn car don't make any boost. Can't figure it out, can't figure it out, can't figure it out. It's a fucking firing. Another thing, depending on what wastegate you have, you know, higher end wastegates or whatever, they have the option to put coolant through them to keep them cool. And they have a bunch of ports. So this one has, let's see, 1, 2 ports on the bottom for air and 2 on the top. Now, your wastegate will come with plugs. This one I have done. Don't forget to put a plug in. This happened to me. We couldn't make any boost on the dyno. They kept messing with it, kept trying to turn it up, and it just wouldn't make more boost. One of these was plugged. All my boost was leaking out there. Quick tits. Get you some. Now I'm going to do a quick search to figure out what color spring I need to put in my wastegate to make 5 pounds. Every wastegate is different. Usually I just look up my tile and a chart comes up. You get a chart when you buy them, but obviously I lost that a long time ago. Unless you're really organized, and go pull out your damn chart. And the wastegates are on. So now we have to move forward to plumbing the c02 as well as wiring in our solenoids to the Terminator. So this is the part where hopefully I can teach somebody something. Personally, I have a hard time learning this stuff as far as inputs and outputs on Terminators. But hopefully for this video I can get some good information on how to wire this stuff from a good friend. Now this is kind of my goal with these vlogs, is to help you guys out, help somebody learn something, you know. Like I said earlier, I don't know everything, but I have learned a lot throughout my journey racing this truck. So hopefully I can pass this on. And me personally, for this Terminator stuff, you know, I wish a lot of the explanations and a lot of the stuff online was dumbed down a little bit, if that makes any sense. Kind of like if you're explaining it to a 5th grader, because that's how I feel I could learn. You know, every time I get on the forum, ask somebody how to wire something or this or that about the Terminator or about anything else really. Sometimes they use some language that assumes that you know certain things, and I feel that makes it so much harder. You have to do so much more research. So hopefully I can dumb this down and everybody can understand it, you know, because the internet is it's a f***ed up place, man. You get on there, you ask one thing, it's a little stupid, you get f***ing flamed on the spot, you know, and nobody's gonna help you. Everyone's just gonna add more fuel to the fire and keep telling you. So first things first, when we're plumbing these, if you got the kit from Motion Raceworks with the little Mac valve bracket, we have to combine these two with a T that they provided in their little CO2 boost control kit. Actually, my CO2 boost control kit didn't come with this. I ordered this little bracket separately and it had this little T. We will put these together first. After that, then I have to decide where I want to mount this, and then we can plumb up the whole system. Boom, so that's where I decided to mount my solenoids, upside down. Actually, I'm gonna have to end up plugging these two and then leaving this as a vent. Okay, so basically from here, I placed it so it's close to the wastegates. You see it's really close to that wastegate, and then this wastegate's just right over here. So I'll run off of this with one line, make a T, and then go to both tops, and then both bottoms go to each turbo. If you have a single turbo, you can go off one and then T it to two different wastegates. Unless you have a single wastegate, then you just go from your single to your big single wastegate. And then other than that, I believe our CO2 runs into this side, and then one functions as an increase solenoid, the other function as a decrease. Yeah, I don't think there'll be an issue. You know, this gets hot and it shoots flames and whatnot, but pretty sure we will be all right. Or I can also put it here, I guess, like that, and then I'll be keeping all my wires and stuff together. I kind of like this too. If I run it that way, though, I need to find a plug for this side. I decided I'm going to run it on this T, that way we don't risk burning it up or anything. This is a cheap sensor. I got it from Low Dollar Motorsports. I definitely recommend them. I'm running one for my fuel pressure currently. It hasn't given me any issues. You know, regular, like one from Holley is like $100, and these I think are like $30. I'll link the website down below. Low Dollar Motorsports, guys. They sell a bunch of different sensors. So now we grab our little nut. What is this thing called? It's I think it's a nylock fitting. Motion Raceworks as well. Put that sucker right in here. Tighten that bad boy up. So I thought the T's had a little screw-in fitting on them, but they actually don't. All they have is a T for line on all three sides. So I'm gonna have to run like a itty bitty piece of line right there. Then I can run to this top and then that the other top. This stuff just pushes in like that. Wow, I barely guessed that. I didn't think it went in that much. There's that. Now we're gonna grab a 90, put it here, and run it to this side of the T. I don't know if you guys can see. And these little lock fittings, they don't need Teflon or anything. They have a little nylon band or like a little O-ring on them, and that's how they don't leak. More line. Like that. If you can see this, we have our 90 in this wastegate. Run it under the cold side. Just check for any burrs or anything like that. Lock that sucker in. Just like that. So now our the tops of our wastegates are done. Now we're gonna run the bottoms to the turbos, to the ones we drilled earlier in the video. We have these two going to the top of the wastegates, boom, right there. And then our turbos right there, the ones we drilled earlier, go right into the bottom on both sides. So now I just have to find where I want to mount the CO2 bottle, somewhere on the cage. I haven't decided just yet. So we got our plumbing finished up, and now it's time to move on to the wiring. Let's go. Now to wire this stuff here, let's see, where am I? These are my wires from the Mac valve I had wired before, which is actually still this one right here, the more used one. Basically all you have to do is run to one of the wires on it, you run power or switched 12 volt. And to the other one is a input. And then after I wire this stuff, I'll show you guys how to put it all in the Holley terminator. So one thing I'm going to try and do is drill a hole right there. That way this CO2 line, I'm going to run my wires and everything through there. That way this CO2 line and the rest of my wires don't just cross through the engine bay like that. Boom. Ran to O'Reilly's real quick, grabbed a grommet, and now we're set to run that line right there, which is for our CO2, as well as our wiring for our solenoids and dome pressure sensor through there, and it'll look nice and clean. And my hole won't cut up my wires because I got a nice grommet in it. Let's go. Quick tips. So my shrink wrap, I always cut these in half because I think they're a little too long. Now we got 2 shrink wraps. Alright, so we have most of this wired up now. The only thing I haven't gone over is how to get your 5 volt. Okay guys, so I may have mentioned this before, but I'm going to mention it again. I have one wire right here, my black wire coming from my dome pressure sensor. This is my ground. And you guys saw how I achieved 5 volts here. This is actually completely wrong. This isn't how, I mean, this is gonna work for now, I hope. I'm about to go test it out right now. But 5 volts and ground to the dome pressure sensor, which is that guy right there, has to come from your Holley power tap. any random ground is considered they consider them noisy. I honestly don't even know what that means. I just hear people say it's a noisy ground. I fucking know what that means, but I guess it ain't good. So it's either noisy and dirty. So for your sensors, you ground to the power tap, and you get that 5 volt, which is this one that I achieved with a resistor, from your power tap. And your power tap is right here. So this is your input output pin out thingy, and this is your power tap. Now, just like your input output, I think Holley sends you a little connector for this. You plug it in, and then it has all the wires sticking out the back. I either lost mine, or I didn't get one, or Holley doesn't send one. I don't know. I have one on order, but I also need to test. So for testing, I'm gonna have a dirty or noisy ground, but only for now until my power tap comes in. Alright guys, now that everything is wired and plumbed, to set this up in the Holley Terminator, mine's are actually already set up, but in your little turbo icon and your little boost ICF, you're going to want to set up wastegate type as dual port, and then obviously dual Holley for our dual MAC valves, dome pressure only, that's the only option we have with the Terminator, and then we're operating it on boost versus time. Then right here you will have, you know, your trans brake enabled, what you want to launch at, if you want to have your scramble, and you can change the PSI of what you want your scramble to hit, and then you can change all these things, all these other options down here, which include boost cuts and a bunch of other things just like that. But that's it in this page, and then you have to go to your pin map. Alright guys, so for whatever reason my screen record won't let me record just this part of this. But anyways, you're going to go view outputs, and then you have your boost decrease and boost increase. These are your solenoids. So whatever pins or whatever wires you put each solenoid to, you got to match it up to the pin number. I'll put up a chart right now so you can see which wires correspond to which pins, and that's where you will drag and drop these two. These will be up here just like that. So the one that your c02 goes into will be your boost plus solenoid, and then the second solenoid is your boost decrease solenoid. And for your inputs, you'll do the same thing. You go here and you have dome pressure. Dome pressure will be right up here. Drag and drop it, boom, right in there, and then that's it, you're done. Now dome pressure, for whatever reason, I can't see it in my, if we go to like our strip chart, I can't find my dome pressure in here. You know, I have boost vent, boost fill, and I was watching a video of actually David, I believe his name is David Vanderhoof. He has a very good video on how to actually set this all up. But you know, this ended up working for me. The other thing that where you have to mess with some stuff, you go to dome control setup. On solenoid source pressure is fixed. You have a fixed pressure from your c02. We have it at 100 psi. Now PID, this is, I literally just put these numbers in, and for me it worked. I have heard of people doing nothing with PID. They just leave these zeroed and it works for them. What they said they did was they just go into the boost versus time, and this is actually kind of how I checked to see if the truck was making boost. Is you don't put a ramp in here, you set it to, you know, just a set RPM, or I mean not a set RPM, a set boost, like per se you throw 20 pounds across the top on here from 0 to 7 seconds or whatever. You put 20 pounds in it and you go make a hit. If the truck, you know, makes 20 pounds, then that's how you know all this is working. That's how I did mine. Like I said, if you have your, like I said, if you have your dome pressure reading, then you can do it the way that David Vanderhoof explains it in his videos. Let me see. Yeah, David Vanderhoof. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but he's got really good videos on how to finish this up and how to test it
in the car before having to actually do use this strip chart as well as your dome pressure sensor. I don't know if mine isn't working or why I can't find it in my sensors. But other than that, I know that the CO2 is working because the truck made, it made this ramp perfectly fine.
All right, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed my first vlog. I enjoyed making it. It was a good time, and I hope you guys were all able to learn something or at least take something from it. And shit, if you watched this far, thank you. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you all on the next one, because the stuff I did this just past weekend was crazy. I blew the motor in the truck, so stay tuned so you can see what we did to fix it out in Arizona. And then the cash days in Arizona was just epic. It was a great time, great cars, a bunch of fast stuff. It was an awesome time. It was just an awesome weekend in general. Thank you all for watching. Se la lavan.